All right, hello folks. Welcome to my new program, The Watering Hole, where I show you some of the games you may have heard about but not yet had a chance to play. I'm your host, DosCaballos, and here's my promise to you. This is going to be short and sweet, like a cool drink of water. I'm going to give you the information you need quickly so that you're able to make a decision on whether or not you want to invest your time in the next big hype game. So I hope you enjoy the program, and let's get going. So this episode, we're going to be taking a look at New World. New World is the soon-to-be released flagship title from newish developer Amazon Game Studios. That's correct, that Amazon. This will be the second release by the developer, and after suffering disappointing results with their other new IPs, Breakaway and Crucible, they're hoping for a major hit with this game. It was originally planned for a May 2020 release. It has been pushed back to spring 2021 to make sure it's in top form. So why are we talking about it now? Well, New World just had a massive closed beta, and hype is at an all-time high. Players were able to explore a fully functional preview of what appeared to be a very well put together game. From what I saw, the community reacted very positively. Chat was abuzz with references to fan favorite RPGs of older generations, and hopes were high that upon release, the game would deliver on what was promised. A simple storytelling, diverse environments and enemies, and of course, just a fun grind. Add in a few contemporary mechanics like crafting and land purchasing, wrap it all up in a new engine with some shiny graphics, and you have the potential for something that could be a mega hit. Have no doubt about it, when New World finally lands, it is going to make a big splash. So that all sounds well and good, but what's the gameplay? Well, it's hard to pin down New World. It seems to offer a little bit for everyone, but at its core, it's an MMO action RPG. It delivers on the promise of having multiple ways to tell a story. So you like lore? It has some rich lore. You want to hunt for rare gear and fight big endgame bosses? Oh hell yeah, you can do that. If you want to pass on that, gather resources, craft, and contribute to the hamlets, you can do that, become a merchant, and even buy property in the hamlet. You want to do some PvP and mass battles or small-scale dueling? Yeah, I got my ass handed to me a couple times, but it's there. And of course, when it comes to MMOs, you're probably looking for large server-sized goals, tight-knit community of guilds and players, and always pushing towards that next big event. And believe me, New World will most certainly have that. So if all of that sounds intriguing to you, you're probably wondering, what's the story? Well, New World is set in the mythical land of Eterna, an otherworldly island with a colonial era aesthetic. Players are able to customize their character with different looks of the era, and then head through a tutorial that quickly fills them in on the story. Find themselves in a world corrupted by an ancient evil that seeks to destroy it. It's up to you and your fellow players to prevent that from happening. The preview moved players through to level 10 fairly quickly and introduced them to a number of mechanics that you would expect from this type of game. The combat is simple, with light and heavy attacks, a block, a dodge, and 3 special moves. It's fairly straightforward for the casual player, while enemies are still challenging enough in numbers that even the most seasoned veteran will have some difficulty with them. As you quest and upgrade your equipment and abilities, you'll learn more about what is actually a pretty compelling world. Everything feels very intentional and well put together. You must choose between one of 3 factions and help them fight for control of the different regions of Eterna. These factions will determine which player guilds you can join and other perks and restrictions much like going Horde or Alliance or Light or Dark Side in other popular MMOs. The more powerful guilds are able to gain control of the hamlets, which acts as capitals of the regions and allows the guilds to set tax rates of crafting and other trading mechanics that players will need to rely on to continue throughout the game. The guilds are also able to set the hamlet projects, which could be upgrading crafting tables or other such necessities. You as an individual player can contribute or fight against the ruling guild, or just ignore that and do the quests available for the main storyline. It really is all up to you. So final thoughts. If you're hungry to play an MMO, you feel a little overwhelmed with some of the options in front of you today, New World offers just that, a new world to explore and engage with. I had a great time in my brief playthrough, and while it does have some issues, I'm optimistic that New World can push the genre to the next generation. I played very casually, but I still felt I was able to take part in the evolving narrative around me, from the meta stories that was happening in the player chat to the quest line that always provided enough structure to keep me moving forward. Obviously, MMOs have their issues with tribes and guilds and things like that, but as long as players are able to feel as if they're progressing, those issues shouldn't be a game killer. And that's what New World does so well. There's just so much to upgrade, and each region has its own specific perks and reputation levels that as you level them affect crafting, experience, tax rate, all sorts of different things. They're all specific to the area you're in. This customization allows MMO fiends to craft a personally spec'd character that's hyper efficient at one particular job. Or if you're a more casual player, you can keep it simple. Look at the big picture and just focus on player abilities. Craft a traditional DPS, tank, or healing character. Truly, no matter how you choose to play the game, you have options. So what's next? Well, we have to wait for the next beta, which I think is in the fall sometime. You can pre-order the game, try and sign up if you're a Prime member, or maybe you'll just be able to get lucky. In the meantime, check in with me. I'll be providing updates as they come in. Of course, we'll be doing more episodes of The Watering Hole as we want. So, if you like what you saw, smash that like button. Check out my Twitch, DosCaballos, and come maybe join my Discord. We can talk video games or anything else you might be interested in. Thanks so much. We'll see you next time.